zoemende geluiden. Hey, you beautiful souls. Thank you so much for being here today again on this new Soul Care Life class. Today we will invite a very special being, and I see you there, so I'm gonna invite you. Much for being here, all of you, and also thank you for watching this after this live has been taken. We'll save it to our social media, so you can always come back to it and check it out. I have sent you an invitation. You only need to click yes, and then it should be all right. All right, we only have some technical piece.
Voilà. Hello.
Hello, hello. Did you mute your computer or something?
Wacht. If I mute my computer, I cannot hear you. So yeah. I muted. Which one should I mute?
I don't know. Do you still hear the sound? It sounds better.
It was okay.
Yeah, I think you need your phone is going to be more important than Zoom. So if you could mute your computer and mute your phone.
Okay.
All right. We can see you.
Better?
This is much better. Hey, Dennis, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, well, it's an honor to be here with you today. I would love to kind of let people in on how I came to know you and what you do, who you are. So I'll give this short introduction, but of course, feel free to add whenever I miss out on something afterwards. But everybody that is watching today, thanks so much for taking the time out of your busy schedules. That goes for everyone here. I'm so happy to introduce Dennis Schoofs for you. He is a really special being, and he really walks his talk when it comes to financial freedom, when it comes to really being an entrepreneur with a big drive in this life. And you, as I see you, you are the founder of Universal Energetic Dynamics, but you also are owner of many other businesses that I would say your portfolio there is really mesmerizing. And yes, as you are this special being, also interested in all the alternative energetic parts of life, you really are something else, and you really light up the room with your happy energy. Yes, that is how you come across, and I think everybody watching should know that you are something else, and in the good way, you are really a special one. And it makes it so easy and fun to talk to you, and so nice to share time and be together. So I would just love to kind of add there that you are a mentor as well. You help coaches, you guide people after a scope of life where you've been through as well as lows to a lot of highs and successes. And this is why I think you are the go-to person for everybody that would love to know more on creating financial freedom and self-healing. Have I missed out on anything here?
It's life, so it's a broad scope of everything, but when the center point of focus is energy, everything flows.
Yes.
I'm curious for today, so I'm very I'm very eager to find out what we're gonna create today.
Love that. Thank you so much. Me too. I'm so happy to kind of see where it may flow.
Yeah.
Just for everybody, you know, I see somebody's on here and watching with us. Thank you for being here, Bert Vlier. There might be other people hopping on. Maybe there are also people watching this back later when it's when we save this to our social medias. So if you watch it now or if you watch it later, you are so welcome to ask your questions or share anything, or if you have questions to Dennis, please type them in below in the chat box. You are very welcome to do so. And just to give a bit of an outline, we will start and have a talk today, and our topic is how to create financial freedom, and maybe add to that, like, still be aligned. And I think that would be a topic that would really fit today, and especially your expertise, Dennis. So that's about the topic today. And at the end, I believe you even have prepared a little bit of a beautiful exercise with us, for us. So feel free, whenever you are watching this, to also join us for that exercise, because it's going to be something special. And yeah, without further ado, I would love to kind of dive into this today and ask you, Dennis, when it comes to financial freedom and you know, really combining that with being aligned and energy, what does it mean to you? What does today's topic mean to you?
Today's topic, well, is about reflecting what we're doing and reflecting on how much thinking we're not doing. So we start to think, we start to feel, we start to think, we start using this, this, calibrate it, and do something that is good for the world, the people, and ourselves. So, and better start with ourselves. Cut everything that is dragging, costing energy, costing time. It's time and energy consuming. And when you do that, then you have a lot of time. You can choose whatever you love to do. And when you do something you love to do, you always get better. And it's really hard to make a mess of things that you love to do. So it's quantum leaps.
Quantum leaping into life. I love that. Would you be willing to kind of share with us a bit on your journey and your background when it comes to how you have learned to make those quantum leaps, or maybe where did you come from? Yeah, okay. And how did you do that?
I'm gonna do a disclaimer, so might trigger some people. Everything that triggers, keep it in mind and write it down. Is a working point. So I'm from the year 1975. So I'm 45 years old, and I started working when I was young in a factory. I didn't like it, and it was always the repetition, and it drove me crazy. I was like, well, it's a good job, but it's not for me. So I started on my 19 with a small job. I owned a shop selling gadgets and technology. And we imported from Singapore. So everything what came was new. It was like, wow, new gadgets. And I literally sold everything that was technology. Like in that time, fax machines, the first Walkman, Tamagotchi, the first calculator, the Casio watches with the remote control, and first iPhone, the first cellular phone, and so on. But I got competition, and that was the big ventures. So I had to, it changed my life. So I had to make a change, and that's life. So I decided to get educated about jewelry. So I had a small shop, and I bought a new shop, and I was a jewelry a shop. I was selling brands of watches and jewelry. It was a fun time. It was a real different, but I loved it. It was my stuff, my thing, my brand. I loved it. And I gained a lot of more clients and other clients. So then I got a new competition, and that was the internet. And I said, oh my God, I can never be better than internet. I was a competition worldwide. Now that was in 2011. And I realized I can never do my traditional, and this is the word I love to use, the traditional thinking, traditional working for the rest of my life. So I had to change again. So then I decided to do something that I thought would always be, that's dancing. And I started a club, a dancing club and a talking club, Coibar and Belmondo. Also, best times of my life. And it was like, wow, wow, wow. I'm very creative. So a lot of people had the time of their life. So first I had a small shop. I was selling time, watches. And then I created something, the fantasies, like unbelievable times. But I've found out that during the 15 years of traditional working and thinking, there were lots of setbacks about the system. And I started to learn that I was working for a system. Everyone gained, but I always had to do more and more and more time and more. So I wasn't happy anymore. I had everything. I was a king of my castle. I was a king of everything, but I was deeply sad about having not the time to spend time with the things that I love to do with my girlfriend and whatever. And then I started a whole new procedure. But there was also a time that was making so much efforts and so much work that was getting tired. And nobody could help me with the tiredness. Not a doctor, not a pill, not a magical pill. So I had to work on myself. And this is where my life started. I started working on myself. I started, starting to learn about my body screaming for something, but I didn't understand the sign language of a body. But it took me 2 years to find out what my body wanted. And then I needed to start on something else, work harder on myself than on my excuses.
Wow.
To eat chips, no, it's not good, but I love it. But I had to skip the chips and skip the bullshit and skip the meat and skip everything that I ate. It was not nutrition, so it was not serving my body. So and when I start realizing that all the things that I didn't give my body, like vegetables, clear water, and herbs, I started changing, and that changed my life dramatically. It gave me much more power, much more focus, much more energy. And for me, it's like, learn to listen to the signs of your body, because the body tells you, like, we need water. We need water. We need water. And when you give the body the water, it works faster. You can also give them something else, but it doesn't suit the body. So that was something that happened in 2011, 2012, 2013. And then the magic appears. I started working harder on myself than on my excuses. I went faster, like the song of Daft Punk, harder, better, stronger, faster. I really got harder, stronger, better, and faster in everything that I do. I could sleep less, capture more, get insights, and my mind started to work at another frequency, another level. And when I speak to persons, I got to focus, and I just can capture it, understand it, refine it, and outgrow myself in any way. So it's a process that is happening from 2014 up until now, because I had the time of my life. I stopped with Horeca. So small shop, bigger shop, Horeca. I stopped it. I gave everything to my ex. I even ended the relationship. Nobody believed in me, but I believed in my own body. I believed in something that I could not feel or touch, but I could as the energy, but I could not comprehend it at that moment. So what I did was I started with one sentence: is never quit on things that make you smile. And I was searching for people that smiled, like you, Feline. When I see you, you smile every time. So I keep on following people that smile. And I make less time for people that doesn't smile. And that was my labyrinth into finding out that we are, or not that we, but that I was so stupid that I thought I knew everything, but I know that I know nothing. We've got so much catching up to do in all the things that we can learn, and it's like a little child. It makes me like enthusiastic, and yeah. So I found out about marketing. I'm going to tell you something about marketing. I'm really good at marketing, but I found out that instead of having the small area of a shop or the bigger area of a bigger shop or a bigger place like a horeca, what if we could use a system and create clients all over the world? Now let's use a system called the internet.
I love this. I love this so much. Before you go into systems and internet and going to, it sounds like you're already taking this bridge to go to the financial freedom part and today's topic. I just wanted to say that I saw Sexy Spirit Defee reacting on what you were saying, and thank you so much for being here. Blessings to you too, dear. You just shared. For you, Dennis, she shared, it's so wonderful how patient and kind you grew in relating with your body, and that it's such a beautiful example that you're putting out here for men when it comes to self-love. And you are actually being a pioneer in this, and really showing other men as well that how you can do this for yourself, how you can create life around self-love. And I just wanted to point this out because thank you so much for your comments, Sexy Spirit Tiffy, and also thank you, Dennis, for being so open on this. It's beautiful. Yes, sorry to interrupt you there. Would love to hear more on the bridge that you were going to make between, you know, the journey of learning to self-love and learning to heal or awaken those self-healing abilities, really. And what systems and understanding the system, how did that help you on your journey to financial freedom?
Okay, so first I start reflecting on what I put in my mouth. I outweigh them, and it was a hard journey, but everything, I put every chemical bullshit away, and I started to eat organic, clean foods that served my body, that I didn't have to work out so much. I'm really muscled, but not from the sporting. My belief was you sport yourself into the muscles, but that you can also eat yourself into muscles. So that was the first step. And then the self-love, where can I start? It's like, wow. Where can I start? The mirror. The first thing that I did, and it was the most awful thing, is I put my clothes off each day. I was looking in the mirror, but normally I did like this. I was going outside of the mirror. I was pulling my muscles together. I was like, yeah. And then I'll run away, and I'll say, I'm looking good. It's okay. Good. But the moment that I said, no, I'm bullshitting myself. I'm going to look into my mirror. I'm going to look and observe my body from top to bottom. But honestly, so I inhaled. I let everything hang, and I was disgusted. And not so self from my body, also from my body, but more from my eyes. It was the first time I looked into my eyes. First, I looked into my smile, and there was a smile on my face, but it was a fake smile. And I caught it, and then I looked in my eyes and saw such a deep sadness which I could not comprehend at that moment. It wouldn't make any sense because I had everything. I had the love and the money and the cars and the and the bike and everything, but I was sad. And then I discovered that everything that I wanted to be tight, yeah, I did not have, and it was like it was awful. I can go back in the feeling, and if you're an empath, you can feel it. But I can, but I won't, because you will die.
You don't have to. I mean, I'm so happy that you are so open here, also sharing this on this moment of it sounds like a moment that really was an awakening when you started to really daring to look at yourself and starting to deal with what you could not yet comprehend, but afterwards probably it has been maybe a seed for you to grow into this being that you now are, and totally embodying. At least that's how I understand what you say. Really now embodying, daring to feel, daring to look into your own eyes. And it sounds like you've had such a journey, and I'm so grateful for you sharing that. Would it be okay for you to kind of, from this where we now are, share with us how understanding the systems and understanding how you could create financial freedom, how did you go from self-love to there?
Okay, so I'm going to give like a framework.
Yeah.
How I see it now is I tried so many things, but first we need the money, a little bit money. And when we have a little bit money, we can have more time, and we have more time, we can educate ourselves to become better. When we educate ourselves, our value grows. So you can ask more money for your value, for the value that you can bring for another person or for another company. And that is the whole thing. So everything is based on skill sets. So when I understand that, my mentor is Jim Rohn. If you don't know him, he changed my life completely. I never met him, he died, but he lives his life on internet, and I just listen to him, understand him, recognize myself in him in so many ways. And what he describes is in becoming a more gentle man. So I want to become a gentleman, but a gentle man. And that was my road, and it will continues on to be becoming more gentle, more skillful, but in a gentle way. And so financial freedom, what does that do with financial freedom? If you don't feel good, you will be tired. So the first thing is you need the energy. So when you have the energy, you can have the drive. When you have a drive and you make time for what are my goals, what is my dream, what is giving me fun and pleasure, what are my desires, and you have a framework for yourself that's really from yourself. And Feline, everybody should take a course with Feline, because she has a wonderful, beautiful course, which is the best start to change your life in becoming an entrepreneur, becoming loving yourself and everything. But it's a great. I wanted to show you it, but when I got the course, the masterclass course from Feline, I said, yeah, this is like many compliments to Feline.
Thank you so much, dear. Thank you there for like throwing me all these beautiful compliments. It is amazing. I'm a great receiver right now, having had to practice that. But thanks so much.
So if anyone wants financial freedom, it's not like, oh, jackpot, we're financial free. No, I don't believe in that. It's possible, but I don't believe in it. It's not the way that I wanted to do it. I wanted to create it like the first step is goals. Like when you build a house, you spend 2 years in how should my dream house look like, and you make everything like perfect before you start to building it. But we never do it for our own. So when you do the first step in what is my dream, Who, if I could choose from everybody from the entire world, who would you want to be? Just pick one. And when you want to be that person, what do you need to learn? What are the skills that you need to learn? Yeah, you need to be confident. You need to speak everything. But that will all, you don't have to do it in one time. You have goals, and you just keep on growing and keep on growing and keep on growing. So this is stuff what I love to do. Everything that makes me fearful. So everything where I'm afraid of, I love it. Because now then I know, I'm afraid. Okay, then I need to do it. I need to learn it. Please help me. But I confront my fears, and that is for me the key. Like, if you want to grow real fast, confront your fears. Ask yourself a question: why am I fearful? Yeah. So it grows. Is it the way that you love to go?
Yeah. I'm so happy that I'm so grateful for what you're sharing right now, and also you're really touching those points of how that for some people, as I understand it, right? If I understand you correctly, some people might. I had a conversation yesterday about this as well. Some people really see financial freedom as some sort of island on itself, and self-love as some sort of thing that often don't go together. Like spirituality, self-healing has nothing to do with financial freedom. For many people, they look at it in that way. And as I hear you say here, if I understand it right, it is actually all about getting those aligned. It means that when you are aligned in the higher frequency of energies, open to receive, open to give, it also means financial freedom will come your way. Is this how you look at it as well?
It's not how I look at it. It's how I live it.
Yeah.
I always get the voices. You need to work hard. I love to work hard, but I love to work hard on things that makes me smile. I love to do it, time for me doesn't exist. I just keep on going. But when I hate it, I don't do it. So I was the best student or the worst student. There was no in between. Either I would go and nobody can follow me, or I'm hopelessly left alone. Like, oh, where are the rest? They just keep on going. So what I'm saying is, first thing was I learned listening to my body from the nutrition.
Yeah.
Then I felt like really awake, like I had energy. I was like, yeah, I have time. I don't need so much sleep anymore. I had 1 to 2 hours more time, and energy in my day. But
oh, we can't hear you for some reason.
Yeah, I just had a call. Sorry. So when you increase when you eat cleaner, and you have more energy, like more, you're more, you're not so sleepy anymore, and you have 1 hour a day times 1 month. It's like you can do whatever you want. You can work another job. You can educate yourself more. So financial freedom for me is like using that time in a way, or I shrink, I eat pizza, I go to bed and the day is gone, or I educate myself in becoming better.
Yeah.
And when I do that each day, even for one small detail, then tomorrow I'm a better person. I'm better. I'm smarter. I'm faster. I don't know. I love to run so many things. But when you increase it each day, and 1 hour becomes 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, let's make it 10 hours a day. Then it goes like lifetimes of information which you can integrate, first capture, but integrate, implement, and just becoming a best version of all the persons, all the best of the best, and you just create it, you make it your own.
Yes. Yes, I love that. And also, I'm trying to kind of summarize what you said, if I understand it right. You actually share the core of it, how you can make it your own, how you can use time and really change that mindset towards everything in life is for you. You just need to see how you can create that extra energy and how you can create those extra 30 hours per month in that way, and really start that new hobby, extra job, or interest, or start on self-healing. Because if you change your mindset and just see how many hours you can create by that, you can actually start lifting your whole life into a different dimension.
Yeah. The best thing is to work harder on myself than on my excuses. So this is like, I use a self-destruction.
Yeah.
So when I'm conscious about an excuse, I just get angry on myself, but in a fun way, like, fuck, now you're gonna do it. And but each time I caught myself on an excuse, even now today, every day, I have many excuses. I had so many excuses. But then I do it now, immediately. And then I don't stop until it's done.
Yes, I think that's such a big gift, such a big takeaway for people. If you are here also after today's live and you watch this, write those things down, because he has these one-liners that are amazing, and this is one of them. He has repeated them twice now, so make sure you write it down. It's a good one.
It's not from me, so I don't want the credit. It's from Jim Rohn. Work
No,
harder on yourself than on your job. That was my first step. Second one is work harder on yourself than on your excuses.
Yes.
It's really confronting, but I love to confront myself. And when it becomes a habit, it can become an attitude, and then there's no stopping it. It's like a lifetime until my last breath on this realm, on this earth plane. I love to work on myself. And if I look back at myself from 5 years ago, I would be ashamed, but I don't see. I see it both ways. I see it. Oh my God, I grew in so many ways, so many areas. But it also involves when you start doing it, always be conscious about everyone trembles on a certain frequency, and everyone grabs a hold of everyone in that frequency. And if you want to uplift yourself to another frequency, it's gonna be a journey, because you have to
like really break out of that.
break out of it. You have to cut cords with everybody that wants and needs you. Wants not, but needs you. And that was my first lesson. I do it like this. You know, the Pope. That's the first lesson. That may be the best. So I say, fuck you all, but without telling them. I say, fuck you all. So, but I'm also, I also honor them. Everyone, this is also from Jim Rohn. You can learn from people that are better than you, but it's really hard to understand that. But you can learn from people that are in that point, in that area, in that expertise. Not so great. So I started to study all the people around me, and I started, what are their problems? But I didn't tell them, hey, that's your problem, that's your problem. Maybe at first I did, but then I started to realize, oh no, that's my mirror. It's my mirror. Mirrors. I never heard of a mirror. So every person that came in my life, blah, 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 this is my problem. And then I reflected this, is this my problem? Oh, nothing to do with me. And then I started looking deeper and said, fuck. Another excuse. And I started looking at every person about their problems, really, their issues. I started to reflect on them and working on myself. And that's when I gained momentum in I know a lot of people with a lot of problems at first. And
so you had a lot of mirrors.
but I walked that I walked that path alone.
Yeah.
It was a sad path. It was a
It can be a lonely path.
very lonely. Yeah, but it's a choice. You can always stop,
Mhm.
but it will never stop.
No, and at the same time, for everybody listening, as I understand what you say, you had the brave heart, the courage to really break out of and maybe cut some cords that you have been in life, and really start to walk that path, even though it is lonely. Um, at some point, there is hope, you know, at the end of that road, because you'll get to experience what it is like, what life is like when you go through that inner work, how painful it may be, of course. When you go through it, when you choose to really train yourself to actually like to do that inner work, that's what I see you do and how you express it. That's when you've really reached this point of alignment. I see that in you, and I think it's beautiful. And you know, when we started this talk, you were also going to explain something about marketing, maybe, or systems. Would you still dive or take us with you on that, just to understand what helped you create financial freedom?
Yeah, okay. I just go with the flow. So
All
the
right.
thing that helped me tremendous is first, but I changed dramatically. But I'm going back into time, and when I go back, I always go back in the feeling also. So what helped me in the first thing is Facebook, of course. It was a time that Facebook was 2010, 2011. Now it's another story, but that was the first thing. I saw people at that time giving like papers, like flyers. I
Yeah.
thought, that's stupid. If I put, they needed to send 10,000 flyers to have one new customer. I say, if I put something on Facebook, I have a new customer. But it's also, and that's the main topic also from Jim Brown, be the product. I never ever do something that I don't love. So
Mm.
that means products and services. I only want to promote things that works for me.
Yeah.
So that means I first use it. And to give an example, there were so many people that are, hey, and everyone can be whatever they want. But if you're fat and you're selling whatever pills or shakes or whatever, and you say, hey, take this and you will be slim, then I say, listen, use it first. When it works, come back, and then I will take it. So be the product first, and then
Yeah.
promote your life. So that was also a lesson for myself. If I wanted to share anything of my life like today, which I never did online, I would have to, like you mentioned, talk the talk, walk the
Yeah.
walk. Everything that I am, everything that I say, I experience myself. So it's not from a theory or an education or whatever. No, it's my life. Now, if you have a system that and the main thing is, in the traditional system, everything is about competition. It's more like a triangle, and you've got people on top and you've got people at the bottom.
I'm not sure if I can hear you. I cannot hear you. Can you hear me? Mm. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you now.
Did you hear me?
Yes, you were in the middle of sharing your story still, but a part of it was without sound.
Okay. So where did I pick up?
Mm, Yeah, I'm not sure. Normally, I would be able to kind of repeat it, but I had some internet unstable internet. So, you were,
I'm gonna,
yeah.
okay,
Do you,
I'm gonna do it like the first lesson that I learned was Robert Kiyosaki.
yeah.
It's a cash flow quadrant. And when you don't know it, look it up. Robert Kiyosaki, cash flow quadrant. And in simple terms, it means either you work for a system
Yeah.
or you have a
Yeah.
system that works for you.
Yeah.
Now, that was something I didn't knew. So I was working in the first quadrant for a boss in a factory when I was
Mhm.
young. Oh, there's someone calling me. So when I experienced that one, I created my own shop.
Yeah.
En waar ging ik nou mee bezig? Oh, dat is voor mij cadeautjes. So I had a small shop, and I was working for the system, what I was seeing in Robert Kiyosaki. But then I created the Horeca, and there were like 30 people working for me. I said, yeah, now I have a system. Now I have a system, and now it works for me. But that was not the truth, because we gained so much money compared to the smaller shop, but
Yeah.
it was flowing everywhere. It was flowing not to my pockets,
Yeah.
to a lot of. So I was still working for the system, and now we have the blockchain. It's a block and a chain, and it really means like transparency, fast results, trust,
Yeah.
and more and more and more. But I really love it. I really think that it's in our lifetime, even this year, there's going to be so much changes, so much changes. But first, the system needs to fall and make room for the next system, and everything will I think that everything will be so utopical. I don't know if it's the right word, but like,
Yeah.
I believe in when we have machines that works for us, then we can be free and we can start learning the skills that are out of our mind at this moment, that are so conscious, which would gradually on move us to a humanity that could, if we choose to, could
Yeah.
thrive like being like ants instead of competing against each other. When we have the machines that produce energy, and we can have free energy, and we
Yeah.
have nutrition, that we have foods, and money, when we have enough money for all.
Yeah.
We only need to be warm and add food, and then we can be creative.
Yes, and really share our skills together. I love that. Yeah.
So I also love to tell about I love to give the word Michael Tellinger, Ubuntu. Just look what he has to say, and I really love that idea. But I really believe that this is going to be in the near future. It's
Yeah.
going to break a lot of. It's going to wreak havoc in the entire world. But it's not going to be a new normal. It's going to be a better normal. That's how I see it. Yeah, when we can work like ants together instead of competing against each other, in 1 year. So that comes in the last thing. What I love to do now is work, share skills. You're good in what you do, I'm good in what I do. It's no competition. If I can help you and you can help me, we can grow better, faster, stronger. And that's where we met 2 years ago, when I decided to share my time for a company that has a great meaning for me, that eradicates plastic waste from the entire world. I say, I need to do it. It's not that I want to do it. I wanted to do it also, but we need to do it. And we can share skills, we can share time. So the only thing what we need to share is communication, translation, communication, and understanding about why. And how I explain now is conscious entrepreneurship. It's like being your own boss, growing together, and we can go much faster if we work together. And conscious, it means just like do something good for the world, do something that helps the world instead of destroying it. And that's where I met Feline also. So the first time that I saw you on the 100 people that I saw, you caught my eyes like, because you're smiling always. And I said, that's a special woman. So I followed. Sometimes I saw you, and each time I was dazzled with what you do. And the only thing what I love to see is people who I can believe in, energetic leaders. This is how I see you. You are a woman. Yeah, you're an example for all people. So that's something I see in you. You are a leader. Point. And also the other thing what I miss in this world is people who I can have fun with. That really say, fuck everybody, I just do what I want, and if I dance or be crazy or whatever, I don't care what people think of me. I just do what I want to do. And those people, yeah, you're also one of them, of those. So you're both. So you're a leader who has fun, and you're giving your skills. You're just sharing your skills for free. Beautiful.
Thank you so much, beautiful being. What I always believe, I believe we talked about this before, is that what you see in someone else, when it comes to mirrors as well, it's a bit similar, but what you see in someone else, that's a lot about you, right? So the compliments that you give to me, the things that you see in me, is you. I mean, that's the beauty. I think that's also when it comes to Ubuntu in that same way. I love that. Thank you so much for this beautiful connection. I'm so grateful for you in my life, and you really are. Yeah, that is something so special to kind of connect with people in that way, and everybody helping each other, sharing those gifts, and lifting everything up. That's beautiful to may experience. Maybe because I'm looking at the time, and we have about maybe 9 more minutes to go. Would you, I'm grateful for everything that you've shared. I see some people hopping on, some people hopping off every now and then. Maybe if some people maybe ask questions, it could sometimes take a while before we see them. I see one from Tanyi Frank. When do you think it's too late to learn? Thank you so much for your question.
When is too late to learn?
Yes.
I'm old. You're young, so it's never too late.
Never too late. I don't know what age Tanyi Frank is and who asked the question, but I think it's a beautiful question. Thanks for sending this.
Yes, for sure. But there was also something that drove my mind, like, oh, I wasted too much time and now it's over and I'm gonna die and blah 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 blah. No, it's never over. It's the moment that you decide and never come back on that thought, just decide to grow, magic appears. And I also would like to share one quote that I learned along the way. It's funny in life how luck seems to improve by self-development.
Yeah, I love that one.
Do you know the Yes Man from Jim Carrey?
Yes, man.
Yeah, that movie helped me because when I saw it, I said, that's quite an interesting thing. So I started to say yes. If people ask me something, I found out that many people say, yeah, but Dennis, we don't call you because you always say no. It's never good enough or blah, blah, blah. I say, huh? Really? Moi? No. Yeah, apparently it was. I was not conscious about it. So the next person that called, I said yes. Oh my God, you will never believe what it was. A woman called me, hey Dennis, do you want to come with me for a yoga session? I was, oh my God, no. All the old ladies and all the, no. I said, yes. Changed my life dramatically.
now you're here being a teacher, and you know, being a teacher in self-healing and understanding yoga way better than ever. Who would have thought? Now that you've said yes, right? Love that.
I also yesterday I also talked to a person, and it even dazzles my mind that the same technique and the same yoga session, it always goes deeper, like a book. Like when you want to obtain wisdom, yeah, first you have to buy a book, then you have to read the book, then you have to understand the book, but the magic starts when you read it again, because then you got a deeper understanding, and that tends to continue. And in yoga, in our body, is the same story. I really love myself. Doesn't sound for so many people, it doesn't sound right, I don't care, but I really love myself. I really trust
That's
myself.
something important to do. That's something
That,
really important to be able to.
I know that I can trust myself, and I love myself. And I know if I need to do something, I'm the person who will get it done. I don't care about what I need to do, but I will get it done. And I love to understand the yoga. Each time I do it, when I want to start, it's like, oh, I did it yesterday. But when I do it like 40 minutes each day now, I'm so thankful. And I always tell myself, thank you, Dennis, for doing this. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, every day. I mean, that's what. How's that for some practice, right? I'm just a bit conscious of the time. I know you've shared so many things and resources and tips. You shared so many books and inspirational speakers and things all throughout this talk already. You also shared about the cash flow quadrant from Robert Kiyosaki. I had to think of when you said about reading books again and again. I also had to think about Think and Grow Rich, which is a book that I have been reading again and again. But just to check in with you, would you have, or would you like to share with us maybe a 5-minute exercise that people could do when they watch this, or right now, or later on, that people could do that would really help them open up their mindset towards financial freedom?
Financial freedom.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, an exercise. Yeah. One more thing is when you want to be financial free, never ask or never tolerate advice from people who are not.
Yeah.
So because there are a lot of people who have a mind, or they know better, the experts, I call them the experts, but when you look at them, they're not the product. So I say, thank you for your share, but I'm not going to take that advice. And I follow the people who are successful and ask, how do you do it?
Yeah.
And that's all. So it's about the ego. When you want to grow, you have to put the voices aside and say, no, I want help. You can learn it yourself, but it takes longer. So when you have people who are successful, just ask them, what give me 3 things that help for you, the 3 best things. So that's the thing what I love to do. It's not an exercise, but financial freedom, so many things. But first, do something that you love to do.
Yeah.
But be sure that you're in a system that works for you, or grow into a system that works for you. Automation.
Yes.
Use the internet. Most people say the internet, it's bad. It makes everything chuck. So you can see it. You can be traditional, but just start thinking digital. And when you put that mindset from traditional slow thinking, what we learned in school 30 years ago, it does not apply. It's like most people are like a Nokia or like a fax machine. We're living in 2021. Yeah. iPhone or faster or Galaxy, Samsung Galaxy, I don't know. But we're iPhones now, and we have to start think and work and decide faster. So decision is the most important thing. So an exercise. Okay, I'm going to give one exercise it's about decision making. When you have fear, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. It comes from a movie from a green fellow called Yoda, but it works. So anger, everything starts with anger, with fear. Sorry, fear. So if you're fearful in becoming financial free or rich, just speak it out. I'm rich, and see what it does with you. Whew, I'm rich. You don't believe it, so start believing it. But when you say it, and your mind starts to speak, just do it like this: plus plus, plus minus, minus plus, minus minus. So if you want to make a decision that goes for a next step and you're doubting, you're in doubt, ask yourself the question: what is the worst thing that could happen to me if I don't choose to do it? What's minus minus? What's the worst thing that could happen to me if I won't do it? Fill it in. What is the worst thing that could happen if I do it?
Yeah.
What is the best thing that can happen if I don't do it? And what's the best thing that could happen to me if I do it? And when you write it down and you see it and you reflect on it, you know your choice, and you just choose. And you go to the next choice, and next choice, and next choice. It's about decision making. So this is the best thing that works for me. Sometimes I also doubt, and I say, okay, what's the worst thing that can happen to me? Yeah, that I could not have the experience. Like even today, I would not have done it if I say, no, I'm just gonna do it. I don't care if it's good or bad. It's my life, so it's okay. I love my life. I love myself. I love you. So I'm very thankful for your time.
Thanks so much, Dennis. It's beautiful. Thanks for that beautiful exercise on decision making, because this is such a core exercise when it comes to starting to allowing yourself towards growing towards financial freedom. We really did some groundwork with you here. Thank you so much for that. You gave us such beautiful exercises, such beautiful tips, resources. I would love to kind of ask you, where can people find you? Where can we find you? And what can we do there?
Life will find me. It's not about me. I think it's more about you. So I just made my life, and everything falls. I love my life at this moment. It's like, wow.
Thank you so much for saying that. There, I just wanted to share your website here so that people can find you.
So it's www.
All right.
UED.
Yes.
.nu. Nu.
Yes.
It doesn't sound in English. In Flemish, it's in Dutch, it's your idea. And if you decide something, your idea, don't wait, but do it now. And now in English is nu. Now in English, in Dutch is nu. Oh, whatever.
Yes.
But what I want to say is, I want to give it back to you, because if someone decides to grow fast, there's no better teacher than I see here for me. So it's Feline. And the best thing what I saw is sorry, how do you call it? The soul business, the master.
Yeah, soulfulbusinesscreation.com. That's our website.
Yeah, but the teaching.
The Soul Care Life classes, the one that we do today?
This one. If you decide to do that one, I am sure, 100% sure, that your life in 5 years will be so different that you cannot even imagine it today. That's it. I'm 100% sure. If you got a teacher, a mentor like Feline, and you start with that, I love going to that, to all the questions, and I really love it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dennis, for all your compliments and your life testimonial even. It has been a pleasure. It has been amazing to be here on this live with you, and I'm so grateful for you sharing your wisdom and your time, and also to everybody watching now and watching it later. Thank you so much for trusting us and sharing your time with us. That's a big gift, and we don't take it lightly. I mean, that's something serious. Also, thank you so much, Dennis, for also like opening the opportunity to we will start with a new group of students for Soulful Business Creation Secrets, our newest online course. We will start that in 1 week. So you have 1 more week to join us for this new group starting. And we have already over 25 students right now in the current group. And it would be amazing to may welcome you there as well. Is there anything else that you would like to end today's talk with, Dennis?
There's a lot of change happening. The wind of change is here,
yeah.
And I love to see it. It's so beautiful. Not all of them see them, but it's so beautiful, and it makes room. There's a lot of things falling apart, but there's a lot of hope, and there's a lot of you've got the good, you've got the bad, and you got the rotten. And the rotten are falling apart. So it's like this is gonna be a beautiful world. So I wish to give that for all the people that are now in sadness and everything. You know, there's a beautiful world coming, and I'm 100% sure it will affect many of all of us.
Yes, thank you so much for those words. I love it how you give some hope here for everybody. Yeah, I'm so grateful. I don't have anything to add here. Let's just end today's live, and thanks everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.